Hey guys, welcome to Raja Makes Money Merry Christmas edition, and big shout out to all my money makers. Just wanted to take this time to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and a safe time with family and friends, and hope everyone is doing well. Kind of weird today not having the stock market open on a Friday, but just like next Friday, it won't be open again. So I guess we'll just get used to it. But I just wanted to take the time, let you guys all know that we're thinking about you guys on these holidays and during the good times and the bad times, especially with the market. Different things during different times of the year. But it's kind of nice, do a show and we don't really have to worry about anything because the markets are closed. There's not even any news yet that we have to really be concerned about for Monday. So, but we'll definitely have a Sunday show, talk about what the markets are looking like and everything. But yeah, like I said, I just want to tell everybody Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's doing well. Since we don't really have the stocks to go over, some people had some questions. Some of you guys have been writing in with some different questions about different things. Got a few minutes here. I had to take care of some stuff and just testing out some new things. Hopefully everything's looking really good, sounding really good. Because we're like a week away before we launch. So I'm getting excited. And I'll really be under the gun to produce. Like I've said, the first $5 million that we make, I'm going to go buy a casino. The second $5 million, we'll open our second casino. You just never know what Raja's going to do once if the market takes off. It's going to be an interesting year. Still, the president hasn't signed the stimulus package, so I don't even know what's going to happen next week with Congress out and no funding. And definitely going to be interesting. Sending my thoughts and prayers to everyone in Nashville today. Hopefully it wasn't a terrorist act, and hopefully no one did pass away. They said they did find some remains. Hopefully it was just the person in the van, if they did find anything. But kind of scary. And one thing to always remember is terrorist attacks or different things can affect the market. You guys all remember in 2001, the market, crashed pretty hard right after the terrorist attacks. So I think they froze the market for a day or two, and then it reopened, and then it came all the way back. So definitely interesting. Rupen says, Raja, I think a trade you should do next week is a put on Alibaba. I think it's good for another 20% drop before it settles. And I've been watching that. The problem is on those expensive stocks, you just got to know where to go because they can move fast. You can lose a lot of money really, really quick. And just like Nicola and some of those I've been watching, at $14 now, and with them not getting that deal for waste management and stuff. But there's just so many things and stuff. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good Christmas and hope you guys had lots of fun. I was with the boys last night. We had a nice Christmas Eve. Today they went over to their grandparents. So I didn't get to spend Christmas. I saw them this morning and then they were off, but they're with their grandparents on their mom's side of the family. So always let them do that. And so it just leaves me all by myself for Christmas now. Actually, I think I'm going to watch the new the Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 84. And a lot of people are asking me, is it Wonder Woman 84 because it's based on Platinum 84? I don't think there's any relation to that, but thank you guys. But yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. Just want to say thanks and good to see you guys all. Tracy D, Paul, Josh, Lady Luck, Gizmo, Eric. It's going to be an exciting week in the markets coming up. Definitely looking forward to some stuff. Like I said, this coming week is usually the they call it the Christmas rally, end of the year rally. I think most of your big selling is out of the way. It'll definitely be interesting. A 4-day week. So, hopefully this week we can, pull out 150, 200,000. If the market stays steady, I think we'll be able to do that. Even if it doesn't go up, if it just stays steady and Apple stays steady. But it'll be interesting. Like I said, with the president not signing the stimulus yet, who knows? Plus, like I said, we need to, be careful because, if Nashville is something bigger or larger than just, some crazy person, that could also, spook markets and stuff. Josh says, is P84 closed tonight? So we've actually been closed now for 5 weeks with the shutdown. Once they went to outdoor dining only, it was really hard for us to operate. So yeah, we're hoping January 7th that we'll be able to reopen, or January 8th. That's when so it'll be another 7-week shutdown. And I was thinking about this, and for all the business owners that are watching and stuff that have been affected, or if you own bars and restaurants, I pay over $2,000 a month in property tax to live in a free country. And it's a free country, right? So they charge me to provide me all these wonderful services like police and firefighters and streets that are paved and snow plowing. Well, I have 4 months this year that they haven't allowed me to be open. The first time they shut us down for 9 weeks for the first time. And now it's going to be a 7-week. That's saying that they don't extend it, but that's 4 months. So besides the fact I'm losing money, I don't have a mortgage, but if I had a mortgage or I had interest, but I'm still paying utilities because I can't just let my building freeze and water pipes crack. I'm still paying people to go there and service it. I'm still paying my management team because they've all worked for me for a long time, so I can't just lay them off. And now on top of it, I'm paying I pay my property tax once a year, but it's $2,000. It equals almost $2,000 a month. That's $8,000 in property tax that I think the government should refund us. If they're not going to allow us to be open, then why do we have to pay them for services for being open, which is what property tax does? They can go get their money elsewhere. And I'm shocked that you haven't heard more about this. And I think this will be something interesting in the future. But it'll be interesting, like I said, what they do with it. But like I said, we're in a free country. Our government needs to step up and, either provide support or, do something, or, local governments, obviously some states are like nothing's going on and other states are disasterful, but, it is what it is. I just feel like we shouldn't pay. They talked about, the newest one here in Colorado they talked about was giving us a sales tax credit break. So we could keep our sales tax, which is nice because between your, state and city tax, the state tax is like, 4 or 5%. And, that'd be cool to keep it. If I was open and I had sales, that would really be nice. But yeah, they were like, well, we're thinking about like February or November, December, you keep sales tax. Well, you shut me down for November and December for 7 weeks. What sales tax, what, the first week in November that I was open before you closed us down, I'm going to keep a couple $100. I mean, it's, just my thoughts. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Obviously my businesses are going to be, survive, but it's bad. I've seen so many employees, laid off, and it's kind of like what they've done to the airlines. They said, you know what, we're going to give you this $15 billion. And this is going to be interesting. And this, with the vaccinations and air travel. So this is another, interesting play, when I'm looking at stocks. They told the airlines, we're going to give you $15 billion more for this bailout. Well, there's a couple of things that I wonder with the whole bailout and all of this. Is that just for a regional bailout? Because airlines are international, and traveling international. So are they trying to, help them fund overseas? When United Airlines is running back and forth between a Germany and UK route, is money going towards that? Are they getting money from other countries, or is it just going to be for, domestic travel? But then they want them to also bring back 30,000 employees. So while it sounds like they're doing really a solid for these airlines, what are they going to do with 30,000 people they obviously don't need right now because air travel is so low? So it's like, here's money, bring these people back. And then what do you do with the people? So it'll be an interesting how, this goes with the airlines, or if they'll even accept the money. Kind of like the banks, where they said, the banks couldn't do the stock buybacks, and now they're lifting that. So you had successful companies. Well, it's going to make the banks more valuable, because these banks are in a great position because of all the PP&E money that was given out. So basically, imagine this: you're a bank, you're going to make a loan that the government is basically going to give you, is going to pay you your loan fees for. You give it to your customers. Your customer uses all the money up, doesn't have to pay it back, so you have no collection risk. And you got your bank fee. So if you're a bank and you give away $1 billion and you charge 1% origination fees, all those fees you're keeping. And so it was a very nice profit. Obviously, they're not making the money on the interest, but they gave away. How many loans banks? Was it $600 billion in PP&E money out there? So that's a lot of money that went into the economy and into play and stuff. So just another interesting fact and stuff to watch. But it's going to be very interesting and stuff, how this all plays out, and stuff. So Anissa says, why did other countries pay each person $2,000 a month during the shutdown and U.S. didn't? So I did hear that some countries were paying people, but the other thing, and I don't know and I honestly don't know what other countries did do. I haven't really researched that, compared to what, America for a while was, giving that extra $600, which caused a lot of issues because at $600 a week, if you're paying people not to work, just in the bonus money, $15 an hour that equals, and that's way more than minimum wage. And you're an employee who's only working, let's say, you're working at Walmart for $12 an hour for 30 hours a week. You're better off not working, getting the $600 plus, $187 in unemployment or something little. You're way ahead. So that's why the economy had that V shape in the summertime and came back so fast, because we had all that extra money just flowing into the market. So definitely going to be interesting. The other thing, like I keep saying, is, they keep saying, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? Where is this money coming from? All these businesses that are are never going to be open again. It's going to take many years. It's easy, for 50,000 businesses to, restaurants and bars and stuff to go out of business. It's going to take a long time for 50,000 restaurants and bars to reopen. And I'm guessing in the U.S. alone, I'm guessing restaurants and bars are at least 10,000. I mean, I know here in Colorado about 200 places have closed. So if you take 50 states, that's 10,000. Obviously, Alaska probably didn't have 200 places closed. Maybe they did. I don't know. Obviously, California, New York, and larger markets are going to have more businesses close, and states. But still, if you take an average of Colorado, if we lost 200 businesses based on 6 million people population, and we take there's 350 million people in the U.S., and we're still months away from this pandemic, being better, and knock on wood that these vaccinations work against the new strain and everything. It's definitely going to be interesting. So Jason says, here in Australia, we got nothing from our FK government. The Queen has been removed. The government here makes their own rules. Australia is going down. So one thing, Jason, I'm confused. I thought Australia, when I looked at the statistics, Australia has barely any cases. I thought they actually did a really good job locking down, and if you do go there, you have to quarantine, and stuff's pretty much back to normal. But like I said, don't mark my words. I don't know everything in the government over there, but when I was looking at statistics, I thought actually everything over there was actually in pretty good shape now. But like I said, if you're going to force a business to shut down, the government needs to step up and figure out some way to compensate us. And this is going to play. This is going to play out interesting in the future, because think about it like this. You had a lot of business owners who were making money. And like I said, you can lose money so much faster than you can make it. It's like to make $100,000 is a lot of work. And a lot of businesses have very thin margins. So if, let's say, your margin is 10%, you have to do $1 million. Excuse me. You have to do $1 million in sales to make $100,000. But you could lose $500,000 in weeks, months, when your margins are really, and there's a lot of businesses like that. So it's definitely going to be harder and stuff. Mark says, own a business that did not qualify, but that's okay. But just got my property tax bill and it doubled because I improved the land debt-free before and continue to be after. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like and that's the thing. If you're not open, they should be, allowing us, they should be giving us credits. They should do something. The government needs to really figure it out. And I don't even know how you figure it out. Let's say my business, and this is where things are going to get really tough. You have a lot of, especially in the hospitality industry, you have a lot of people, who are living paycheck to paycheck, or, they weren't probably the best people for saving money over time. And they would make, they made their $1,000 today, or not today, this week or whatever. And they were great for the economy because they go out and spend it, especially hospitality people. They get off work, they go to other bars, they're a younger crowd, and they're not really, honestly, when you're 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, you're probably not thinking about when you're 65 and ready to retire, and not knocking anything. I mean, it's just how people are, and that's what keeps our economy going. And now it's tough because if you have all these people who are out of work, have no money, then you're going to have this huge rent, the moratoriums and all these rent problems that are going to pop up, sometime next year. It's going to be a disaster, and then you have all these businesses that are closed, so they're not going to be able to get work. Even if a lot of businesses reopen or things come back, you're still going to have a few million people that are more unemployed than before. So definitely hard. Adam says, good thing I hit a big boom at the casino to keep surviving the pandemic. Congratulations. But yeah, that's definitely risky. Because that could go the opposite direction fast at the casino. Stanley says, Canada passing out TT 2K per month like crazy, but just printing money. When will that come back to bite us? And that's what I'm saying here. At the end of the day, where is this money? I mean, obviously we don't have the gold reserves to, this new, $2.1 trillion stimulus, did Fort Knox just get a lift in gold? Even if gold prices doubled, we have a, $26 trillion debt. So I don't even know if we have how much gold we actually have. Maybe it's the government needing to, and maybe gold, maybe now I'm thinking about this out loud. I'm not going to go buy any gold, but maybe I'm thinking about this out loud. Maybe the government has to figure out how to get gold to double in price again to cover the debt and to make sure that our gold in the safe is backing it. Because what happens if gold prices were to fall, let's say, it was like $1,900 right now. If gold fell to like $1,000, would our economy collapse? Because think about this. If gold is what's backing all this, magic money that we're all using in our economy, what's going to happen? Obviously gold isn't backing our full economy right now. I don't know what is besides, America's goodwill, but something is really interesting. Something at some point is going to crack. Like I said, so Eric says, China has been hoarding gold for years and years. Well, what are they going to do with all this gold? So Rad Poker says, gold has nothing to do with the debt. We have not been on the gold standard since 1972. So, well, then why doesn't the government sell all the gold in the safe right now and raise some capital and pay off our debt if we're not using gold? So, Ruben Ropen, I'm hopeful. I'm kind of glad that old-fashioned commercial real estate will die off, i.e. malls, that prime real estate that can be redeveloped into multi-use. The problem is you need real estate and you're going to need places. And they're going to, they may die off, but the problem is what are you going to do with that? You're going to have just massive debt and empty buildings. And then this is what happens. Like it's very, with, like some of these properties where it's like you have a movie theater and then you had like 7 restaurants around it and a couple of little retail businesses and, Massage Envy and, different things in those little strip centers. Well, with the movie theaters out, now those restaurants and stuff are closed. Like those places are going to be dead. And what do you do if you're that one business or two in there, waiting around? So definitely be hard. Steven says, Detroit casino open, but no water or any drinks for customers. I don't know what kind of stupid business move that is. So, and that's how, when Atlantic City first opened and we went out there, it had outdoor dining only. And in the casino was water only. You had to have a mask on, no drinks, no nothing. But what made no sense is they were allowing everyone to smoke still. So if you want to make people keep their mask on the whole time, if you can't drink, you probably shouldn't allow smoking also indoors. But like I said, we're putting Band-Aids on things. Like, don't do this. Like, they're sanitizing when you use a pen, this and this. But then we all get in elevators. We all hold handrails on escalators. We all pull door handles. We all go in a bathroom and push. We all pull the handle to get out of the bathroom. Then they have like every other stall, but then we have 3 sinks in a row. It's a joke, or every other sink even, but then you have 1 paper towel dispenser that we all have to touch. Like I said, just a total joke. We just are putting Band-Aids and making up stuff as we go. And especially too, like with the airports, it's a joke. The airports you go to, even when Colorado and everything was shut down, and even like right now where it's outdoor dining only, I can go if I want. I can go to the airport right now. If our terminal wasn't under construction, the main terminal, I could just go out there and eat, sit down and drink at the bar, hang out, use any restroom stall I feel like. There's no social distancing at all. And with travel up this weekend, this is where the problem is. Obviously, the airplanes may be safe, but everyone, you couldn't even afford to have every other seat in an airport terminal. Where would you put, if you have a full flight now that they're back flying and you have 150 people getting on a plane, and there's only 120 seats even at the gate, where would you social distance? Like I said, it's all a joke. They serve us, you go on an airplane, they serve you, everyone needs to keep their mask on the whole flight unless you're eating or drinking. I have a good idea. Let's serve the entire plane drinks and food at the same time. Genius. So I don't know. Like I said, it's very interesting. Jason says, Raja, you want to know more on what is happening in Australia? Get on YouTube and check out Liability Mate. He fights for the rights of the Australian people. Awesome to check that out. I know there's a gym owner in New Jersey who's been fighting pretty hard, and he's like, he has like something in $1 million in fines, but he keeps getting tons of donations for his gym and stuff. Jeff Schwartz, in New York City, casinos are open, no food, no drink, no water, no smoking. You can use the bathroom. They're open because we can take your money. We can take your money. That's fine. That's, it's crazy. Like I said here, I'm not going to complain. Well, I'm upset. I'm in the bar and restaurant business. I have to have outdoor dining, and I have one facility that's fully closed, but I can go 30, 40 minutes to the mountains, and I can eat a 5-star steakhouse. I can gamble 24/7, but they do have last call now at 10 o'clock. Or I can go to the mountains and, an hour or two to Vail or Aspen and ski and, go stay at the Four Seasons or, Ritz-Carlton and sit at the bar and have a nice meal and, drink indoors. Like I said, it's, you're not either, you got to like stop everything or let it all go. It just doesn't work, stuff. Tony says herd immunity is the way to combat. Well, and that's what we're hoping for with a herd immunity on these vaccinations. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen until, June, July, maybe, that 75% of the population is vaccinated, and then it'll start working. But I don't know. I mean, as long as, this was kind of disturbing. So, we had 2 people at one of my places had COVID, and I mean, they acted like it was the end of the world. The health department, so the couple of things that didn't make any sense how they handled it. It was so poor, but it was like the end of the world. You have an outbreak because 2 people out of 300 who work there have it, and they notified us about 3 weeks after they had it. So first of all, they came and they said, who do they have contact with? I'm like, how would we know? It was 3 weeks ago. They're all back. And why are you asking me? Ask them. So just a disaster. And then I see in the newspaper, we finally get In-N-Out Burger, and people are waiting 3 hours, 5 hours. You guys have probably seen the news. The first day they waited 12 hours for it. It would have been faster to drive to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and get an In-N-Out Burger and come back. I mean, it's stupid, the waits and stuff. So they 80 people at In-N-Out Burger, 80 employees have it, and they think another 25. So, I mean, basically the whole freaking staff of In-N-Out Burger has it, and they've been nonstop every day passing out hamburgers, and they're still open, no big deal. But, God forbid 2 people in one of my establishments has it, and it's the end of the world and stuff. So, Josh Reed, were they doing all the social distancing stuff in Punta Cana? Yes. So inside, masks and everything, social distancing, but outside in the ocean and the beaches and stuff, you didn't have to wear a mask. But they still had like social distancing. They're also at only maybe 40%. They're maxing at 50% capacity. That's why when we do announce, hopefully by March, April, there's more vaccinations and the world's in a much better place than today. But that's why when we do announce Slapfest Caribbean get together, it's gonna be limited. So let our Patreon members know first, just because we can't have 500 people go down there. But yeah, they do take it very seriously. You could dine about 6 people per table, but they also don't have a problem down there. The island has a population of about 10 million people in Dominican Republic. And they only have about 100 cases a day on average, and 2 or 3 deaths a day. So and because most of these people, it's outdoors. There's a lot of sunlight. A big thing is vitamin D. So they're getting so they don't really have the issue that for a population base that 100 cases a day and is very small for 10 million people. So Scott Freeman says Raja BOD 2024. There you go. So. Kathy Beals, good to see a judge ruled in favor of a gym owner. The judge decided to have a right to normalcy. Hope to see more business owners using and winning. Yeah. And also that's what happened in San Diego. The judge ruled in favor of adult clubs being able to stay open. I mean, and then he finally said, well, if I'm going to do this, why can't bars and restaurants be open? So I don't know this is going to turn into a big mess down there. I'm shocked too. I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen all these class action attorneys getting involved. I mean, they're going to, at some point, these class action attorneys are going to sue every one of these insurance companies that try to say pandemics aren't covered, these states and governments that overstep their, boundaries. I mean, unless your ICUs are, really that, I mean, I understand they're 100% full. That's one thing, but some of these states that are shutting down and their ICUs at 50%, and then the thing is, like I said, we pay taxes. Our state's been paying $1.5 million here to have the convention center, for a backup facility. Well, if we need to use it, use it. We have all these medications, like the ones, the Remedil and all that the president took, and 80% of them are going unused. We're just, it's really bad education and really bad messaging on the whole issue. So, let's see. Thomas says, you got that right. Different rules for different people. Look at Florida. They're pretty much open and doing just fine. Yeah, I was just down there at the Hard Rock. We could drink 24/7. Now, obviously, the casinos, or especially the Hard Rock, that's an Indian reservation. So they have different rules. They pretty much don't have to follow the government rules if they don't want to. But they took social distancing very, they were big on social distancing. They were big on a lot of stuff. But, I mean, outside of wearing a mask, it felt like a normal casino with drinking and smoking. And, but if you did take your mask off, they were on top of you. And they did have every other machine shut off. If they didn't have every other machine shut off, they had plexiglass in between the machines and stuff like that. So, let's see some more questions here for you guys. Nice little Merry Christmas to everyone. I said some of the new people who just joined us and stuff. Just like I said, thought we'd have a nice little. I wanted to tell you guys all Merry Christmas. Markets are closed. Just a little chat, see what everybody's up to, how everybody's Christmas went. And actually, I think this is our largest audience watching live we've ever had. Maybe I should just go live on Christmas and New Year's. It won't be much happening. Somebody said to me, Raja, what are you gonna do for New Year's? And I said, this may be the first New Year's I'm in bed by midnight, with everything closed at 8:00 and stuff. So, the big Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy Holidays to everyone else. Let's see. Lee says, back to stocks. Thoughts on CrowdStrike? Lee, I am not familiar with that one at all. So I'll have to look that one up and stuff. Why are the blue governors after small business? Babe Slot says. I don't think they're after small business. I think the small business is just caught in the middle of it, because what are they, obviously when you're, restaurants and bars and you shut us down and you give no, but I think the other problem is the state governments have no money to give. So it's just very interesting. So he says, when do the strippers come back to work? So most of them are actually working, and some of them have done really well with their OnlyFans sites. So at least they're resourceful. They either have to find a sugar daddy, a sugar mama, or an OnlyFans to make it. So, let's see. Tim says, businesses got together and sued our governor here in Ohio. And, it's like I said, it's some states it's working, suing. I don't know what happened in Ohio in particular right now, or if they allowed stuff to open. But some states, the lawsuits are working and things are opening back up. And other states, it doesn't really matter. The governors are just saying, oh, well, or the courts are saying, oh, well. So Doug says, I think energy stocks might rally toward the inauguration some more. It'll be interesting with energy stocks. I have Atmos Energy. I've owned that one for a long time and done really, really well on it. Always had a nice dividend. But it's going to be interesting because, energy stocks, if businesses and everything stay closed, they're going to do less because people, restaurants don't use as much gas and blah, blah, blah. The other thing is, energy stocks too are based on weather. We've had a really mild winter so far here in Colorado. It's supposed to be a little colder. But yeah, unless you get those big cold freezes and different stuff like that. And also, if travel doesn't, if airport, if travel's still down, they said 2/3, 50%, 2/3 of where it was. So, some of those oil and gas and different things are still going to be, definitely take harder and stuff. Eric says, Pfizer, your thoughts, gray space Ethereum stock. That one I do not know anything about. Pfizer, I know a lot about now. Here's what I think about Pfizer. I think Pfizer isn't going to go down much and it's not going to go up much. So if the premiums and the volatility are there, it's probably a good play to do some stuff with. But I think long term, it's just not good. It doesn't fit what I do well. Could we figure out, could we make some money? Of course, we could write the 32s for 10 cents and we'll make money this week. It's not going to go below $32. Well, not going to. The only reason it would go below Pfizer and Moderna would crash if it turns out that the new strain of COVID doesn't protect against it. But it sounds like it does. And it sounds like they don't even know about this new strain and how it all works and stuff. Anthony says, will we ever see a Raja fund? So, never know. So, let's see. Lee, what about the big Alibaba dip? Good buying op, dip 15% last trading day. Yeah, those are tough, because where do you? Those are tough, I mean, this company. I mean, what do they do? 190 billion in sales on whatever one day or singles day, whatever they call it over there, some crazy. I mean, some amount that you would just blown away by. I think they're going to bounce back. The Chinese government is just like the American government. I mean, the Chinese government can't just shut companies down. I mean, we're not going to be like, and all this, splitting them up, blah, blah, blah. It takes years. These companies have huge pockets and, they're well diversified and, it'll be interesting. Who knows? Somebody in, China, is trying to help Costco or Walmart. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it makes no sense to me. It's like if you have a business that's doing well, unless there's, everything I've seen doesn't look like Alibaba did anything wrong. So I don't know. I mean, it's easy for governments to sue and get money. Yeah, okay, here's your $100 million. We're sorry. Yeah, I mean, it could just be a shakedown for cash. Who knows? I mean, the New York AG is famous for, cash shakedowns for money. Texas AG is another big one. Florida AG, they are all known. California AG, those are all known for, money shakedowns. And they're easy, ask me, I paid. So, but they just create stuff and, it's their business decisions. If you have a business and you're making a lot of money, that's why I said you just build it in, that's why I think Google and there's some lawsuits over in Ireland about taxes and different things and, billions of dollars at stake, but they've already built that in their stock prices and stuff. So Ruban or Ropen, not sure how you pronounce it. Excellent Barron's article on Chinese government coming hard on Baba. They're not shutting anybody down, but their law, unlike in the US and China are totally different. Yeah, different laws and stuff, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I've started researching it a little bit, but I haven't got too into it. Here's my thing. If you want to play a commerce site, I'm going to play Amazon. I mean, Amazon's solid. Why? I'm not, I don't want to play something that's dependent on, China and, who our president is and if China and us get along today or, what crazy, things, could happen. So, let's see. Jason, Raja, are they trying for a cashless society in the USA? What do you think on a cashless society they're trying to push it here? I've said this for a long time. If you want to just fix the whole economy and just make everything great again and problem solved, go to cashless economy. Let's just think about this and give everyone like a 6 month or 1 year, because all the drug dealers and all the people in Mexico and Colombia and all them, we got to let them bring their money back. But you can wipe out probably most of the national debt because of all the money that's buried that nobody's ever going to get, or, what are the drug lords with billions of dollars going to do? But if you went, I've said this forever, if you went to a cashless economy, just think about this. Drug dealers, done. What are they going to do on the street corners? They're going to use PayPal, Venmo, at least if they're okay. And if they do that, at least now you can tax them. All right. Prostitution, escorts, all that. Done. There's no cash or, no signs of it, and they're going to be like, now they're going to get, everybody would be getting taxed. At least now we would know exactly how much you made. And you really couldn't beat the government. Robberies, none. What are you going to do? Rob 7-Eleven, for $50 like happens all the time? No, I mean, I guess you could rob them now and take the candy bars and a pop, but there'd be no more cash. And think about like all the robberies. It's the people need money and they rob you and they take your money and then they go do something. So I think cashless economy would, plus just change how much it costs us to make change and all this stuff. The casinos, it's not going to affect at all because if you have your debt, all the casinos, and it was actually really nice when I was in Hollywood, Florida, you just set up your your money or your bank account to your casino, and I just from the slot machine, I need this. Boom. It was actually more dangerous as a player because you can go through money faster. But yeah, if you want to clean up the, think about the number one thing that the FBI has to deal with is bank robberies. There'd be zero bank robberies. Imagine tomorrow if bank robberies 100% stopped. What would the FBI do? Spend more time investigating spam email? But yeah, I mean, so it's very interesting. I definitely think and most people don't carry cash, even like myself. In the casinos I do, but it's a pain. I have to go to the cages. I have to have lines of credit. I have to take out, the money. It's much easier if all the money was just on the machines. Obviously I'd have to use a better pin and make sure I don't lose any of my cards, or you have to like shut your machine off and, different stuff. But, yeah, no, a cashless economy would probably knock crime down by 50%. It'd be genius and stuff, if they did that. So definitely, I support that 100%. And even somebody said, well, what about, because I've discussed this for many years, what about the entertainers? Well, we have funny money. So use your credit card, swipe it. You want to buy $300 in, funny money ones or $5 bills. Okay, no problem. Here you go. It's all cashless. Think of and just like I have to always go get change at the bank for my businesses. We have to, and then going to the bank, and then I'm always, managers going to the bank, businesses, we once had a robbery. They came through the roof to try and steal our safe. The alarms went off. But yeah, all of it would go away with, if there was no more cash. So definitely, something different. Somebody says, make crime worse on the internet. How would it make crime worse on the internet? If you have crime on the internet is already bad. If people are going to steal your, credit cards and different stuff. And I think they're coming out with better technology. And I think you'll have to have stuff where, if you make a transaction online or it's not secure and your phone will go off and you'll double tap your phone twice to verify that's really you online or something. At the end of the day, if somebody's holding you gunpoint and has your phone and has your credit card or something, but I just think you would have a lot of crime. It would cut down on a lot of crime, definitely a cashless economy. So, and Merry Christmas to everyone. Good to see other people in here. Bonsai and Stanley and Mandy and Mickey. So Chaos. Good to see you guys. And wow, 100. We're like a new record here. Everyone watching. Who would have known that Christmas would be my best Raja Makes Money show ever? So big shout out to all my money makers, and also big shout out to all our Patreon members. We have 22 Patreon members already. Like I said, I wasn't even anticipating anyone joining until next month. But thank you guys for all your support. And hopefully you guys are following my trades and doing well with our Patreon and stuff. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click on that subscribe button. Click that gray bell so you can find us when we go live, especially since we're a live show. There you go. Put that down there. Remind you guys. But yeah, so all right, some more questions here because like I said, we're just nothing going on, just hanging out. I have a medical marijuana grow facility, all cash. Well, that's the other thing. I think the government needs, and I know they've tried to sneak some stuff in with the stimulus and some of the other stuff, but I think that I think they're going to change marijuana into allow banking and credit cards, and they're going to get it out of cash business. It's dangerous. Even like the state of Colorado said, all these marijuana stores have to bring all their sales tax money, hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales tax and cash they have to bring down there. So Lady Di, Leslie, happy holidays to all you guys. John, when are you going live at casino again? I don't know. I almost was thinking about tonight, and then I was like, I don't want to deal with it. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll do some online blackjack on Facebook or something on our Facebook fan page. I don't know. I needed a little mental. I'm not going to lie. 6 days in a row in the casino, plus doing the Raja Makes Money show and everything. It definitely took a toll on me. And it was and we weren't just doing an hour a day. We were 3-4 hours a day of live play. So it definitely took a toll on me. Somebody says, will you be doing calls? Yes, we will be. So somebody says, Raja Free Play now shows a warning. Is it safe to continue using? Yes, no issues. Not sure why you have a warning. I don't have any warning, but all fine. Nobody else has actually said that. Ed Green says best way to learn stock trading. I mean, one is my goal is to help educate you guys. Actually, I think my first blog article is out today. So you guys make sure you check that out. So yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah, I'm going to be educating you. I'm going to show you different strategies. This is just, like I said, this is just kind of the warm up, getting everyone used to it, seeing what you guys like. I had to get my, better camera, better mic, lighting. If you look at how I look today from the first picture, the first video, and it's coming along nicely. So it's definitely looking good. Josh Reed, that was a ton of play and travel and everything in 6 days. Yes, it was. Like I said, it was just, you know what it is when you're on the beach and it's, hot outside and you have a few drinks and, then it's just a long day. They get the heat and I got still a little tan here. And so definitely good. Chris, what's best platform to trade on for beginners? So I use Schwab. My son uses Robinhood. I actually told Michael was begging me. He said, Dad, share my link. You get like $5 if someone signs up, I think, or something. I don't know. So maybe I'll have to share his link, in there and stuff. Lady Die Slats, Raja, Tampa Hard Rock has Dollar Storm now. When are you coming back? Hopefully soon. Everyone's down there. I wish I would have came this week, but I heard it's just an absolute zoo. So I'd rather, one thing is, if you guys, that's why a lot of times when I've done like Tuesday in the casinos, I honestly don't like the weekends in the casino when they're all busy, when they're very busy, just because, and not the risk of COVID. And I'm not, obviously I'm concerned about COVID, but I'm not afraid of it. But I don't like when it's too busy, I can't get on machines, especially if you have every other machine off and the place is packed and I hit a jackpot and I'm waiting to get on another machine and, moving around. It's just a lot harder. So that's one of the reasons why I like to gamble during the week. Same with like when we were at the Cosmo for the $1 Million Point tournament over the weekend, it was really tough because, especially too, it's $1 Million Point tournament. So they have their, 80 best customers that they even have. So the high limit room was just a zoo. And a lot of these casinos don't like me to have an audience or, which I understand, don't like, a big crowd in the high limit room because it, upsets some people. So then we couldn't really be in there, which limited what games I can play. So definitely easier to do it during the week. I love it. Honestly, when I go to a casino and there's nobody there, I love it. Every machine's open. I don't have to do anything. So let's see. Raining White, your son definitely visits Wall Street Bets. Or I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, Michael's been learning, so I've been training him up. He's really excited to start trading and stuff. Let's see. Stockwitz. Are you on Stockwitz? Never heard of it. Not familiar with it. Have you been to New York yet? Jake's 58 Resort World. I have never been there. I've always wanted to go there, but I've never been there. They never allowed filming, so I really had no point to go there. A lot of casinos, if they're not going to let us film, well, especially if I was in the area, it would be one thing. But I mean, I wouldn't want to fly across the country to New York right now to go to a casino that I couldn't do anything at. So, all right, let's see. Mark went to the casino today. Wife told me if I want to play like Raja, I need to trade like you. So definitely. Like I said, it's fun to trade. It's fun. I got so much fun stuff coming that it's gonna be exciting. Like I said, we're gonna show you guys some different scenarios, but at the end of the day, it's like a slot machine. If you have a machine that works, pick what you like, and you're gonna win. If you have stocks, pick what works for you. And just remember, what I'm doing, these are my own opinions. I'm not doing penny stocks, so I'm not pushing anything and. I'm not, trying to scam people and stuff like that. I want you guys to have fun, enjoy it, and watch. And like I said, Apple and the stocks I'm going to do are big stocks. They're not going to, change hands or anything like that. So definitely good stuff to play and stuff. Raja, you and your son should look into Forex trading, fun and fast paced. Yeah, I'm familiar with it a little bit, but the Raja doesn't want to spend his whole day, night gambling. So Problems a young blogger. Mega love shout out. Thank you. Or shout out to you. I'm not sure what that means. Eod says, how do you know when to sell? That's a great question. People ask me that all the time. And like, if you've watched some of my stuff, sometime I look at, I look at the intrinsic valuations, and I look at the value. So if something, only has 10 cents more to be made, but it has very little risk, you may want to hold it. If something, if you've already made a nice profit, if I sold a put, let's say for $1 and now it's 10 cents and I made 90 cents, so different stuff, and what you're into and how much you're trying to make and different stuff. So Raining White, no pump and dump from the Raja. Do you think it'd be possible to follow your moves with sub 5K? Yeah. So we have actually internally here, some of my staff I've been helping them with accounts, and I've been modeling different stuff. So I know what works and what doesn't work so that people can follow. And like I said, if I'm doing 100 contracts, you could do one contract. It doesn't sound as exciting. So if you do one contract, and let's say you sold one contract of Apple, for $1 and you get $100 and you had 5,000 in play, it's $100 is $100, but it doesn't, you're not going to go, oh my God, I made $100 this week, I'm rich, Raja. And of course, if I have 1,000 contracts and I made, $1 on each one, also I made 100 grand, that sounds like a lot of money. It's very similar to the slot machines. I don't make any secret about this. If you bet $1 on a slot machine and you win $20, that's the same as the Raja betting $100 and winning 2,000. The difference is the 2,000, I go, boom, it's a jackpot and it's much more exciting. But in all honesty, it's the same thing of you betting $1 and winning $20. And this is the same thing. I'm just betting a lot more contracts. So if you have one contract in play and you made $100 for the week, and I had 1,000 contracts in play and I made 100,000 for the week, it's the same thing. We're still making the same moves and we're still making the same percentage of return on our investment. So like for this month, we're up 12, 13% in the last 30 days. And you could start with 5,000, or if you start with, just to make this number easy. If you start with 10,000 and you're up 12%, you made $1,200 for the month. If you started with $1 million, you made 120,000 for the month. And if you start with 10 million, you made 1.2 million for the month. Obviously, if I said, I just made $1.2 million, that sounds a lot better than the guy who goes, I made $100. How did I do? So definitely. Somebody says, our good says puts for Biden's inauguration. I think the market has built in that Biden won. The only thing that and this is just personal, if he says, let the healing begin one more time, I am going to go bonkers. Like, we don't need to heal. We just need to go back to normal. I mean, he's talking to us like we're all 80 years old and, we're healing. I mean, he's talking to us like something like let's end this. Let's get back to work. Let's go, let's get business going again, not healing. Like I said, it drives me nuts when he says, let the healing begin. How about let's get America going? That's what we need to do. Nothing to heal. We just need to get going again. That's what the Raja thinks. So, Doug said, hope Trump doesn't try something to make the market dip. I don't know how much more he could really have up his sleeve, And I think the thing is the market, which I like right now, because the other day, I remember, I think it was Tuesday, when I was like, oh God, this guy vetoing the stimulus, also the market, tanked 300 points. And by the end of the day, it was up and everything was fine. I think the market is going to act like he's not there. I think the market's going to be like this. We don't see you. Do what you want. You're gone in 25 days. It doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do that's good. Doesn't matter who you pardon. Doesn't matter. There's not a whole lot much more he could do. So who knows? Let's see. Okay, yes, I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to do something. And he does that. Like when he said, I am not signing this, but if I am still the administrator, like, dude, you lost. There's, like I said, now he's just embarrassing himself. But between the two of them, I don't have a lot of respect for either of them any longer. But you know what? I'm going to pay my taxes. I'm going to make a lot of money this coming year. I'm going to make you guys all a lot of money if you follow my trades I make. And I don't really care what they do. I don't really do a lot of I love to travel internationally, but I'm not really internationally focused on my businesses. So as long as I can get my business locally in Colorado back open, I really don't care what they do in Washington. And actually at the end of the day, maybe they'll pass a stimulus to help small businesses that have been shut down. Like I said earlier, they may be shut down for 4 months now. First time 9 weeks, now 7. and I'm paying $2,000 a month in property tax. Give me a refund. Give me a break. And like somebody said, instead they raise our property tax because, properties are going up, are still selling well. So David says, have you looked at Disney? They're doing well. And when the parks open, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Disney's, one thing I have to really read in those numbers with Disney is they give everybody Disney Plus for free for that first year if you had a Verizon account. So it'll be interesting in April when they report like first quarter, how many actual people actually are paying, same thing Apple did. They gave everybody Apple TV for free if you buy an iPhone. So it'll be interesting how many, it's easy to give away 100 million free accounts, but, did 10 million of those people continue to pay the, whatever it is, $60 a year? Is it 5 million? Is it 100 million? And you have a lot of competition, with HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, ABC or Peacock. And I mean, there's so many, paid things out there. So definitely different stuff. Tony says, how did you get your name, The Raja? When I was living in the Taj Mahal, they gave it to me. So no, back in the day, and we've discussed this. You guys have to check it out. So we actually, next Sunday, a week from Sunday, we'll have a new Raja update number 4. If one of the mods wants to share some of the previous Raja updates. But you should definitely watch my previous updates because we've covered it a lot. And we'll have the newest Meet the Raja or Raja update coming out with everything that the Raja's up to. So we try and cover them all. Doug likes the 5G stocks. And like I said, yeah, I mean, those are good. They're not going to go down as the thing in the future until 6G comes along. Thomas, if you're up 40K, let it ride. How far out are your calls? Everything I do is weekly. So, because that's where you get the most premium. Sometimes, like this week on Tuesday or Wednesday, we wrote some stuff into next week. But I'm saying I don't do any leaps. I don't do anything 4 weeks out because you're just losing out on the premium. I would rather have the short-term premium that's more volatile and pays better and just roll up or out or down than I would be out, 3 months hoping for a miracle. So what do you think about the seasonal trading of Visa? I really don't think about it. I mean, I think credit cards are going to, I think next year credit cards are going to be way up. Obviously credit cards are going to continue to go up with cashless, stuff and, less regular cash in the economy. Plus people are living on borrowed money more. So, credit cards are going to continue to grow. I don't think they're really seasonal. Obviously more people online and Amazon, different stuff, but, I think they're going to continue to go up and do well. But I don't know. I do think, there will be also a big fallout. You're going to see bankruptcies go through the roof, once these evictions hit. There's, unless the government gives this, does give everyone 2,000 and you have 3-4 people living in a house together and they pay their bills or pay their rent, there's going to be, and honestly, I've tried to research this. Maybe you guys have seen this. I don't even understand how the eviction moratorium works right now. Like, they put a moratorium that you can't evict someone, but is there like, are they going to give all the money to the landlords one day, to the banks, to the people who owe the money? Like at the end of the day, someone's going to be holding, they said there's tens of millions of evictions lined up to go. I don't know. It's going to be ugly. So Rainy White, are you only selling options and are they all covered? Did you ever buy options? Sorry if you answered this already. I'm long on GameStop. No worries. So right now we've been selling naked puts. But yeah, I buy and sell calls, covered, uncovered, all different things. Right now, I've just been kind of sticking to selling puts to open and just buying them to close just because it's working. And this is like I told you guys, if you have something that works and I made $250,000 last week, $250,000. It works. I know what I'm doing. Why risk and do something crazy? You have to change strategies based on what the market's doing. If all of a sudden we think the market's going to start coming down 20%, then we'll change our strategy. If we think the market's going to go up 20%, we'll change our strategy. But if you're doing something that if you have a stock right now that's done well for you, play it. My thing, what I try and tell people is, one, if you're trading at this account size of mine, I can't play 20 stocks. Like I said, you can tell me how smart you are, and I will never tell you how smart I am. As far as I'm concerned, everyone is, and this is why one of the reasons in business I think I've always been successful is I don't ever believe I'm the smartest person in the room. I'm the guy in the room who listens the best, and then I just do what I want to do. But like I said, it's like sports betting. You can't pick 10 teams a day and win 10 out of 10 bets. Have you ever done that? Of course. Have I ever went to a casino and picked 5 slot machines and they all won? Of course. Have I ever went to the casino and picked 5 slot machines and lost my ass on every single machine? Of course. That's the same thing in the stock market. You're not going to pick 10 winning stocks. And people will tell you, well, you should be diversified. You should don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah, and I agree. And maybe you'll have 1 or 2 other stocks, but you don't need your eggs in 100 baskets. It just doesn't matter. And I like to stick with stocks that are big. I'm not into the penny crap. I like I said, Apple's not going to, Tim Cook tomorrow's not going to tweet his company's overvalued and something crazy. He's not going to make up a lie and tweet, sales are better than we ever thought, but they're not. They have $192 billion in the bank, so they can put their money where their mouth is. They don't need money. They're just a great company. And like I said, even if Apple goes down tomorrow, I know this. If Apple goes down tomorrow, if Apple goes down every day for a month, it's going to be worth more money a year from now than it is today. I guarantee me, Apple is not going to be $82 a share on January 1st, 2022. It's a great company. It's got so much potential and stuff. So Logic Neo, Raja, I love what you're doing. Thank you for your time. It has more value than anything. Very welcome. Alan Miller, over the years, my family have done well with Coke stock. Yeah, pops and stuff, but drinks are tough. Obviously Coke's been aggressive and Pepsi and buying up a lot of small companies and stuff, but drinks are tough because it changes, so much. And, they have a good lock on, shelf space, but, if some new drink comes out, like when they bought, was it the water company, Smart Water or again, P. Diddy's or whatever, like for $1 billion or some crazy, or $5 billion, some crazy amount of money. Like they have to keep investing and buying stuff. So, they have costs, but yeah, they're very strong companies and stuff. Also, yeah, run slots. Apple has high volume. That's the other thing. When I was trying to trade 1,000 contracts of Pfizer, oh my God, it moved and it was a mess. Apple, I don't have that issue with. They do 140 million shares a day. Like I said, unless all of you at the same time all try to buy 1,000, contracts of Apple, maybe we'd move it a little bit, but we can't manipulate Apple. I can't. Even when I buy 900 contracts at a time, Apple, maybe it moves a penny. Like I have no manipulation power. And that's why I said, I'm here to run a legit and show you guys how to make money legitly trading, not give you, my random picks of miracles. I'm not going to go buy a million shares of something at 3 cents, pump it to 10 cents. And, I've seen all the channels out there that are doing it. It's embarrassing. But whatever works for him. Yeah, 50 vitamin water. There we go, 50 cents in vitamin water. So, Logic, Apple can go down 20 to 30%. It wouldn't matter. That's right. It wouldn't matter short term if we had calls that were near there or puts. But yeah, long term, like I said, it's always going to be worth more. Troy, I bought Penn when it went to 9. It's over 90 now. That's really good. Definitely. You guys too, like, even if you own stocks, if you have 100, you could sell calls or, stuff against it to make income all the time. So you're not stuck, waiting and stuff. And wow, 180 people live tonight. And I don't know how many are on Facebook. It doesn't show me. But like I said, guys, if you haven't subscribed to me yet on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. And make sure you click the gray notification bell, because we are going to be a live show. So you're not going to want to miss it and get the notifications. And if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, make sure you click the like button and the follow. Let you follow me. You have to click the like button if you want to know when we go live and stuff. Stephen Lowe, are you concerned about inflation in the near future? Not really. I don't think there's any over exuberance, in our marketplace right now. Crazy Carl, what about dividends? Dividends are great. If you can buy some of the stocks that are down right now, or, there's different ways to play. I'm playing, first of all, puts and options and calls and stuff are options. Those are more of an aggressive play to make money. If you like dividends, if you had $1 million sitting in the bank and it's doing nothing for you, or, making you 0.5% interest, get a nice, stock that, is paid for 20 years, a nice 3, 4, 5% dividend, and just sit on it. And if the stock goes up in value, terrific. If the stock goes down in value, it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're just going to have it for 20 years and you're just trying to live off of that 4 or 5% dividend. And hopefully they increase your dividend or, do more stuff. So, definitely. But yeah, just like so many different ways to play it. Alan Miller says, Raja is a wolf of Wall Street. Nice. Should I play Disney aggressively in hopes of April? Me personally, I would be taking my money out of Disney. It's run so hard, and that other boost it had the other day on earnings. I don't know. I just think Disney is way overvalued. But like I said, I'd like to see the numbers, on stuff. And definitely. Well, guys, hold on 1 second. We gotta get a battery here. They told me we had good batteries. Apparently we didn't. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. They told me we had good batteries that would last, and I just got a cord now, so I won't even have to worry about that. I said, how long do these batteries last? They said, a couple of hours. So we know they don't last more than an hour. Let's see. BOD needs his own money channel, and you can compete who makes more money. I don't know. BOD likes the penny stocks. Anytime I've discussed stocks with BOD, he's always doing all those long shots and stuff, and I've done those too, and I still do occasionally. But I'm not gonna tell you guys those because I don't ever want to hear anyone say, Raja, you said the stock was 8 cents and was going to go to 12 cents. So, Crazy Girl, what's the best dividend pair? The best dividend to play? I don't know. That you guys would have to figure that out on your own. What you're into, and energy stocks have always been pretty good. Johnson & Johnson, a lot of the stocks that don't move are really good dividend stocks because that's why they don't move. And Sunday night I'll pull up some dividend stocks for you guys or so. Like I said, definitely all sorts of different ways to play it, different things, and different stuff. So, all right, questions. Gambler at heart. Yep. At the end of the day, the market is just like gambling. AT&T has a good dividend. Yeah, some of those do. Mikey L, Coca-Cola. They probably have good. Yeah, I mean all those ones. Like I said, all your established companies that have been around for a long time have good dividends. They're actually called yields. Here, since you guys are asking, I don't really have much going on right now. I'll share that with you. Let me pull it up. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, we could look at some dividend stocks. So, like here. So, you guys said Coke. So Coca-Cola is at, you want to look at the yield. There you go. Beta. Oh, here we go. So yeah, this the yield right here on Coca-Cola is awful. 0.38%. You're almost better with your money in the bank. So that's not very good at all. I thought Coca-Cola was good. But let me show you, so the Atmos oil that I was telling you guys about, and that one I've just constantly invested my dividends. See, this is at 2.69%. So when this stock was a lot lower, that yield was a lot better. But still, this is 2.69%. The other one I do also a lot of is Lending Club. And I'll share that link on Sunday for you guys. But that one's done really well for me, the Lending Club. But yeah, so your yield here is good. Johnson & Johnson has always been a good one. J&J. But yeah, this is what you want to look at. Yeah. So this one's about 2.6% right now. I think Apple's like 1.5 or so, somewhere in there. Huge. Oh, 0.62 because it's up so much. So if Apple comes down, 10 points, then this yield would be, 1%. So obviously as the stocks go up, but then they usually increase their dividends. So that's what you definitely want to look at. Someone said wrong one. It's KO. Oh, I have the wrong one for Coke. Oh, let me pay it. There you go. Oh, Coca-Cola. Sorry about that. There we go. Oh, yeah. So 3%. So that's definitely good for Coca-Cola. 3% yield. So, like I said, just different ways to play it, just depending on what you guys are into and stuff. So it says, what do you think about DraftKings or Golden Nugget Online? We talked about this on yesterday a little bit. I think, they're good, but they're spending so much money to acquire users. And that's going to be a problem. When you're spending all that money, when you're spending hundreds of dollars to get a new user in, and that new user may only be worth $0 or $100, it can go backwards, so it's a, DraftKings has been around a long time and hasn't done a whole lot for a long time. Obviously now they have a better shot, but there's a lot of players in the marketplace. So it'll be interesting how that all works out and stuff. I think electric vehicles have about to come to an end. Yeah, I've said that like I said, I've been saying that for a while. It's definitely going to be interesting how much higher they can go. But let's see. Chevron pays a high dividend. Here, let me look at Chevron real quick. Chevron. No symbol. Chevron. CVX. Oh, yeah. It's really high. 6%. So, yeah, that's definitely good. Let's see. The 52-week high is 122. Oh, so this is why. So you got to be careful because if they're, okay. So this is one. So this is good that you brought this up. So this is one you want to be very careful with a dividend. So earnings per share is negative $6.41. They're not going to be able to keep paying a $5.16 dividend while they're losing this kind of money. I don't know how much cash they have on hand, and I have to do a little investigation. But you have to be careful of a situation like this. My guess is they're going to suspend their dividend, they're going to lower their dividend, or they're going to do something. Also, you have to remember when their stock was $122. Back here, year to date, when their stock was 120, their dividend was a lot better. Their dividend was only 3%, at 4% versus at $80 a share, or $70 a share, your dividend is 6-7%. But I bet if we look at dividend stuff, they're going to they have to do something because it's stupid. Why would you keep paying out $5 a share if you're losing $6 a share? Like you'd burn through all your cash. So I be careful of this. I'm sure they'll still pay a dividend, but be very, very careful. Like I said, without investigating it more, I don't really know. But like I said, be careful of that. So let's see. What are your plans for Monday as of now? As of now, Monday, just the Apple, what we've been doing. Don't have anything too special planned right now. But yeah, so you definitely got to be careful with the dividend stocks and what they're doing and where they're going and stuff. But hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Merry Christmas to all of you. Welcome all our new subscribers. I think we're almost 3,800 now on YouTube, and we're like less than a week. Sunday will be Monday, a week away until the official launch of Raja Makes Money. And you guys are my money makers. So big shout out to all of you. Like I said, on YouTube, make sure you click that gray bell. You need to subscribe and click that little gray bell so you get notifications when we go live. On Facebook, make sure you click the like button, the follow button, and the like button. If you don't click the like button, Facebook is not going to notify you when we're live and stuff. So make sure you do that. But hey, Merry Christmas to all of you. We'll do a get together Sunday night, talk about the week ahead, see what crazy stuff comes out of the White House and the governments and COVID over the weekend. But we won't really know. Well, here we go. So Trump again calls for $2,000 checks as COVID aid bill remains in flux. That was 2 hours ago. So Air Canada Boeing 737 MAX ferry flight diverts after engine issue. So that's not good for Boeing. So Boeing may be down if the MAX if the Boeing ran because of the MAX, but if Boeing has an issue with the MAX. So this will all be stuff that we'll want to be watching for the weekend or for Monday. But it's another shortened week, which is nice. So we get the premiums are going to go down quicker. So easier to make money in a shortened week as long as the market stays steady or doesn't go too down. But like I said, I think it'll be a good week. But hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Merry Christmas from me, my family, and all of us. everybody here at the Big Jackpot and Raja Makes Money and all my staff, wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Hope you guys had a great day. Thanks for chatting with us tonight. And I'll see you guys Sunday night. Take care.